People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, Arsenal's under 18s. I thought I might as well speak about them and touch on some under 16s. Now, I'm not watching these under 16s every week. I try to do what I can for the under 18s. I don't know everything about these players. I don't have any special news. I don't pretend to do any of these things. I'm just an Arsenal fan who loves young players of all clubs, but in particular this club as well, for obvious reasons, people. And I like to see the stars of tomorrow. Now, admittedly, I need to check the league title, people. You lot know the league table, people. I'm never prepared for this sort of stuff, but I would personally describe. One second, people. Why is it doing this? Sorry, people, my phone is bugging out. Yeah, Premier League. Take me to the tables. Take me to under 18s. So yeah, people, I would describe our season as a mixed start, and it would probably be best to describe that. We took a break against, obviously if you've watched my review against Wolves under 18s in the cup, the league took a break. Make sure you go and check that. But we sit ninth, people. We sit ninth on 4 points, and the winners of the group so far of the Premier League Division South is Fulham with 16, Brighton's got 16, Chelsea as expected have got 16, West Ham are on 11, Spurs are 9th, have 9 points and sit 5th, Leicester are 6th, Villa are 7th, Reading, who have a good academy, are 8th, we're obviously 9th. The bottom three consists of Southampton, Norwich and Swansea. So we've had a mixed start. Now, we've got a younger squad now, people. The likes of Matt Smith and all of these, and Tyrese John-Jules, Trey Coyle, Amici, Saka. All of these players that we called upon at a time last season have either, if they're still eligible like Saka technically for this level, they've elevated past this level, or they just become illegible. Amici's left, Tyrese is still here, Vontae's left, but these players can't play at this level anymore. So we've got a younger squad. Miguel Aziz has been one of the stars of the campaign for me so far, but he's just turned 17. Congrats for signing a new deal. We really are a young, inexperienced side. It's made up of a lot of first-year scholars, and you've seen a lot of schoolboys get chances this season. For me, you got big up Zaymon Louise, I believe is his first name. He's played at centre-half predominantly, and he's played at right-back. The last few games, I think he's been out of the side, but he's made good progress to the point where he's still a schoolboy. He's literally still in school, and he's playing for England's under 17s. And with the dynamic of professional football clubs and players leaving, we've obviously seen it with Okoflex to Celtic, and obviously most of last season or this previous summer to Valencia. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because if I'm a German club or whatever, people, or someone else, I can't lie, he's the first one I'm trying to tap up, I'll be honest with you. I think he's going to have a good future in the game. He's still obviously naive in many defensive situations, as a 15, 16-year-old lad would be, but he's got good physique. He's only going to get stronger. He's only going to fill out even more. He's got good height on him. Very confident ball player. Very confident defensively. Sticks to his task. I love Mon Louise a lot, man. Obviously, it's down to him to progress as the years goes on, but I really like him a lot, people. I really like him a lot. I really like Mon Louise a lot as a schoolboy. Obviously, we've got Alfie Matthews and Sam Greenwood and players like that who and Ben Cotterill, players who ideally this season want to kick on to the 23s, but kind of right now at this moment playing 18s. Sam Greenwood started off the season in fantastic form. I think he's got 6 goals or so. I could be wrong. The last great goal I saw him score, who did we play? I've done a review on it. With the game before the Wolves game, he scored one lovely free kick, and I've seen him put free kicks in with both feet. That man can be a special footballer either here or elsewhere. Alfie Matthews is probably hoping to get more opportunities, and it's down to him to take them. Ben Cotterill, for me, baller, people. He's committed. He can play a couple of roles. He's very consistent. He's very good technically. I think he's one of the most underrated prospects in this football club, people. And he's working hard. And you saw him come back at the weekend. He's been out for 2 or 3 weeks and he scored. I've got a lot of time for him. But in an ideal world, I want Greenwood and Ben Cotterill in particular to not be a part of 18s anymore. I want them to step up into the 23s, people. Greenwood's obviously, we didn't play the last game because he's on the bench for the 23s. Maybe a bit of that might have been to do with Tyrese John-Jules' injury, but I don't know, people. But I like what I've seen, man. I think first guy I'm going to speak about is Nathan Butler, or Deji, I believe that's his name. He can play on the flanks. I like what I've seen from him. He's very committed. He's chipped in with an assist or 2. I like how he just does his job this season, man. In the chances he's got, I've been impressed with him, man. And he works hard defensively. I think the same could apply, what I've just said, to Levi Lang. I can never say his name. I think Kiddo Hart-Taylor, he's one that obviously everybody's seen and whatnot and hyping up and whatnot. I think he's a good player. He's still developing. He's still yet to kind of go and fully show what he can do. He's shown it in patches. But you got to remember, these lot are going from schoolboys who they play the game, I'd say twice a week at most, more time training, to these lot are training every day, potentially playing twice a week, and it's only going to get worse as they step up and become more seasoned pros. I think Kiddo Hart-Taylor has shown in patches what he can do. Probably, I want him to bring it out a bit more. I want him to really grab the game by the scruff of its neck from start to finish, because I believe he's got that in his locker. But he's shown his initial period, people. I mean, he's only 16, 17, so let's let him develop. Think he's got to develop physically. Think he, like I said, at times he can go a bit quiet in games, but when he's on it, he's on it. He can take a man down the flanks. Excellent close control. If everything clicks into place, he could be one to go far in the game, people. You lot know me, I don't overhype players and say they're going to go do this and the other. What's the right word? The minimum is there for him to go and do it. It's just down to them to realise their potential. Daniel Ayuke, can never say his name, right back, and he's been playing in midfield since he's had a terrible time with injuries, and he's not been allowed to be called up to England's under-17 side, I think, technically, because of his injury. So he's had a rotten time. The ability is there. He's a good right back, but he just needs to stay fit. Unfortunately, he's had issues in that regards, but I like him a lot. I think that Romanian lad Catalin, that's centre mid, he's tidy, he's chipped in with a few goals. Very much an Arsenal central midfield player. Very cultured, very good in possession. And I will say, people, there are a number of good central midfield prospects from 23s to 16s. You've got Pantino. Whether they make it's a different story, but you've got Pantino, you've got Marco Flores, who we'll get onto, who can play on the flanks as well. Amari Hutchinson can play in the flanks as well as central midfield. You've got Catalin, like I've said. You've got Aziz. You've got the people at the first team level. You've got Pantino, if I haven't said. We've got some real players, people. Catalin, again, potential is just potential, and it's unlikely that all of them will make it. But if just one or two can, we've done a lot, people. So I've actually think I've started, So Catalin's decent. Jason Spra's not really, for me, got to show what he can do, but he's decent in defence. Schoolboy Alex Kirk's been alright. Herbert, one of our keepers, young Polish/English international, very decent keeper, very confident lad. I actually could not say his last name, so I'm not going to attempt it. But he's been decent in the minutes he's got, as have all the keepers at 18's level, to be fair. Sam Greenwood, I've already spoken about. Cotterill. I like what I've seen from Joe Lopez as well. I think he's still got to improve defensively, and I still think he's a long way away from what I see watching them on a regular basis, from ever getting into the first team level and whatnot. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. He looks more comfortable as a second-year scholar. He's very good going forward. I just feel if he can improve defensively in duels 1v1, if he can read the game a tiny bit better, if we just have some patience, let him develop, and he focuses on cementing this place as first choice left back at 18's level, goes to 23s and whatnot, then the world's his oyster. He's still a young 17, 18-year-old man, so let's allow him to develop. Obviously, with being a left back, with being from Barcelona and whatnot, people are expecting him to be the bee's knees. He might be one day, but he's currently not that. Ryan Elabusi, I can never say his name, but he's fielding at fullback and he's a winger by trade. He's done alright this season for me. Luke Plange, in the minutes he's got, Plange, I can never say his name as well. Physical handful to a fair degree for someone I like how he uses his body and utilises it up front. He's been alright. Ogombo as well. He was playing as a schoolboy last year. You've obviously seen him play quite well when he's played for the 18s and 23s at centre half and left back. And we've got some deep. I feel him and Mon Louise, one of them has the potential to go on to be or make his debut at first team level in a year or so, or a couple of years from now. Let's just allow them to develop. But I'm really liking what's coming out of the academy, people. I think. Obviously, it's not all down to Wenger, but Wenger's kind of hallmark in making sure the academy is at the forefront again. It's really working, and I'm seeing a lot of good players coming out, people. We quickly look at under 16s. You've got Moro, who I don't know his last name, people, and I'm not watching under 16s on a regular basis, but I have seen them on a couple of times. He's very distinctive like Aziz because of his hair, but he's tidy. I've already said Amari Hutchinson, you can play a couple of roles. I've seen him play in midfield, I've seen him play on the flanks. He reminds me a bit of Lingard when Lingard was better, and I mean by that is Lingard looked like a baller under 18s level. He reminds me a bit of Lingard in terms of his movement, and a bit like a young Joe Willock at that level when he played further forward. Gets the ball at his feet, very strong dribbler, very good, very cultured left foot, very good passer, very confident. For someone who's not the biggest, doesn't get thrown off tackles and whatnot. And I'm keen to see how he develops. I like how he does things at pace. He's got a lovely final ball on him as well. Murray Hutchinson is a baller. And I think if he's given the environment to develop and things, he could be a good player in the future, people. I actually don't know his name, but is it Brooke Naughty? I think I follow him on Instagram. I like from what I've seen from him. He's a right back, does his job. Sort of guy that, you know them down there, that he's good going forward, but what I like about him, he just does his job. He's them sort of players that he does what he says on the can, man. There's not really anything glamorous about him, man. You don't catch him doing the most. I just know him as, I think it's Brooke Naughty or something like that, people. Where's my other phone? Do you know what? I'll put it in the description, but I know his first name is Brooke. He's a decent right back. He's got decent height on him. Malcolm Ebowe, as you all know about him, former Chelsea youth lad who's been capped at Holland and England level in the youth, plays for us. Probably asking me, probably say he prefers to play on the right because he can cut in. I think he's a baller. Strong, skills, can mix it up. I feel for him, he's just got to learn to be a bit more unpredictable because he's got it in his locker by times. Just watching it is easy to read, but there's not much he can't do. And he's one, I think, if he gives everything to develop and remains grounded and has a positive attitude, which I believe he does, he can go all the way in this football thing and have a good career. And he's someone that might be on the fans' lips in a few years. I really like Malcolm. Lovely. Hey, this guy's got a devilish free kick on him, similar to Greenwood. This guy, listen, there's something in the water, people. There's some good players in this academy. I think Edu's son as well, it remains to be seen if he'll make it, but he's looked decent. He seems a chip off the old block. He's very committed like his father, very committed. I've seen him make some, he's not even the biggest, but he makes some meaty challenges. I'm like, are you ref? That's borderline a mad thing there, people. I really like what I've seen from him. We all know about Pantino. He's very cultured. He's very technically good as well. I think he's someone that can have a good career. If he can just improve his agility a bit and things like that, he can be good because he's got a lovely eye for a pass. He's very good in possession. He's very good under pressure. Similar to Marco Flores. I feel Flores, he can play in central mid. I think he's very energetic. He's got a good engine. I think he reminds me of Aaron Ramsey in the sense of when he likes to press, he likes to make that run. You know, when you join the attackers and press, I think he's very committed, he's energetic. He's not the biggest or most robust, but he relishes the dirty side of the game and he'll have a good future. I think tactically he needs to become a bit more disciplined because I like the commitment, but I do see how he leaves holes in the team. But I like him. Very good passer, very good technically. You see me saying the same things about these players, and it's testament to Arsenal's coaching staff and these players. Very good technically, and I believe these guys are going to go on to have a good career, people. These are the players. Obviously, you've got Alex Kirk, who I've just spoken about. You've got young Tyler Foran, who's a defender, who's got good height as well, and it seems like he's got a good mentality. You've got Zach Away, forgive me for mispronunciation, who I've seen playing midfield and defence. Very decent, and he's been capped by England at international level. I like how he doesn't do dumb stuff. It sounds silly, but he sticks to what he knows, innit? He makes sensible decisions on the football field, man. I really like that about Zach, man. He rarely gives the ball away. He rarely does dumb stuff. You can tell he's someone that's read the situation. He's a good reader of the situation, but you can tell he's one of them players. He's read certain things before it's happened, and I really like that from him, man. I think we've got some really good prospects here, people. Of course, it's naive. Not a lot of them will make it, but I want all of them, as many as possible, to go on to first team level and whatnot. I want them all to go on to have good careers because it's sad, people, because I see it. A lot of these names that I've said, I've seen it at many other clubs. Some of them at 24 years of age might not be kicking ball again. This is how cutthroat football is. But I want as many of them to earn a full-time living and have a full-time professional career in the professional men's sort of game as possible, because you lot know me, I really like academy players, and I feel all of them are decent between 18s and 16 level within their own right. I've got nothing more to add, so I'm going to get out of here. On that note, people, deluded, I'm out.